Nah, that's hard to believe.
Yeah,
that's hard to believe that
he was
on
fun in
our
the
team
point. He had a little
basketball.
handle, could shoot it a little bit, was fast. And, you know, he and Akinelli, all of those dudes in left rack, man, you like our community's so short. So you like, it's so small, even though it's a big apartment complex, but everybody knows each other. Everybody moves with each other. And so, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. But my first question, as people, I see the numbers is picking up and logging on, like how did you get that love affair with hoops? Like from music to hoops, from where you were in the Bronx, like how'd you get that love affair with hoops?
I think, first of all, now that I understand the body, the anatomy and all that, I don't know how I was fat growing up. Like, because I would play 8, 9 games of basketball, then 2 games of softball. I knew I ate a lot, and we didn't know what carbs was and all that. But I always been into sports. I've been very competitive my whole life. But I wasn't nice at basketball like that. Nice, I give you I'm the bruiser, some rebound. I was like a Dennis Rodman, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Like that, play the D, get a rebound, back him up. Somebody got to get hurt, come down the middle. I'm going to hit him, make sure he fall down. Joey did his job. But, man, I love it, man. The game of basketball, man, is like everything to me, day and night. I say you guys are like you are definitely the Kardashians to us. So that you are reality TV. So you guys are on there every day. We watching you. I know you don't want to hear this, but you got you in mansions and you're in the trap house.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real with you, Ken.
No doubt.
The guys is in the trap. They playing the TNT every night. They see you, Charles, Shaq, Ernie. Like, you guys are the Kardashians for guys. Like, I don't know if y'all know that.
It's crazy. It's not even. I know, no question. No, I feel it because, we still walk those streets and you're still around everybody. So you understand what it means. But the craziest thing one day, man, I was in a music studio in Atlanta. So I know Birdman, baby. I know all those guys. They from New Orleans. I was playing in Houston, so I go by the music studio, and I go in there and it's packed. I mean, literally packed in there, and everything you can imagine is going. It's a music studio, so you know where everything imagines going on, besides the music as well. And I walk in, and the tape of us is showing. Our show is on. It's rerun. They're watching the show as I'm in there, and I'm like, yo, I'm right here. You can just ask me the question.
No,
and
we
like,
make
oh
music
my God,
too.
we watch you so much. We didn't
every
even
night
realize to ask you the question while you're here.
I make music to you guys every night. When I'm in the studio, all of us, me and Cool and Trey, when we're in the studio, my daughter just said, we got you on repeat all night. And we watch the plays, you talk, whenever one of y'all say some crazy, we like, right now, he about to say something crazy. And we put it up because we heard it. But we like, yo, Chuck said this, that. And then, being that it's on repeat all night, we talk about it in the studio for like an hour. And when the joint come back on, we just turned it up like, yo, I told you what he said, man. I told
right.
So you guys, you are a symbol of you made it. And I'm going to tell you something, right? You being black, you coming from the hood, we aspire to be you guys. We look up to you guys because you guys walk through everything. And I had Leah Cohen on my live with me the other day. And he said, Joe, you judge a man by a man that can walk through cold. A man that can walk through cold. You got to understand. It's one thing to be a basketball player, win championships. Everybody's rooting for you. And everybody's screaming. And I thought about this one time with Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, probably the greatest Yankee, definitely of our time, but ever. Sure. But I don't know really about Babe Ruth and all that, but I'm just saying, Derek Jeter. So one night he was in Yankee Stadium, he hit a home run, and we just went crazy, 60,000 people. And I said to myself, now does he think that these people are here just for him? Or does he realize that when he moves on, it's still going to be 60,000 people here? You get it?
Right.
So now with you guys, You had your illustrious careers. There's plenty of guys who retire who wish they could be in that seat you in.
Right.
You know, and so you are guys that after you retired, you still find a way to be relevant. You still find a way to feed your family with new money, not old money. Now, not cold money,
right.
new money.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And
exactly.
then me personally, I'm gonna tell you something that I don't really say all the time is I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, but I respect commentators that played the game.
Mm.
It's just my, you know, so when I look at so rap has evolved that way. So say the difference between the NBA and rap is we got a bunch of mental illness guys. But no, it's real talk.
Right.
DMX is mental illness, old dirty bastard, all these people, no disrespect. But these was guys, they would have never made it past college.
Right.
They would have cursed out the coach. They would have went there for one day and threw the biggest, craziest party in the dorm and got thrown out the whole school. You guys have a system, right? An organization to where you go to college, you got to do the right thing. Then you got to go to the NBA, you got to act a certain way or you'll get your ass out the NBA. You understand what I'm saying?
Without
and
question.
Then you make the natural progression to becoming a commentator or something like that, or coach, right? So Patrick Ewing's coaching. You know, all these guys chasing.
You know what I always call that? You know what I call that, Joe? I call that, and this is about inspiration and everybody right now. We all in this quarantine and like what, not only just mentally, how can we inspire people? It's like you have to create a box that you could live in, but when you step out the box, everybody will know that you're stepping out. So you have to be able to play with inside the box and be an individual. You can do all what you want to do, but if you're not playing with inside that box and you jump out of it, you can't fault anyone but yourself for jumping out of the box. And
no, that's a fact. That's a life. A lot of things you don't know. Some people do cause you ill will. Some people have bad intentions. Some people, it ain't their fault. When you're looking at, last night I was up maybe 4 a.m. watching this interview from the guy from TMZ with Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. And Mike Tyson made $400 million.
Right.
So he said, yo, Mike, you made 400, how you broke? So you look at Antoine Walker, God bless him, and you say, yo, Antoine Walker made $240 million, how you broke? Right? So there's certain things where you got, you know, they got people that robbed them. People take advantage of them. You know, a lot of us guys, we're just talent. We were born talented. Whether we make music or we do sports or whatever, we born talented. And then we trust a brother that look like us, who wear a nice suit, bow tie, acting like he got our best wishes. And this guy's taking advantage of us because we let him in our circle enough for him to figure out what we know and what we don't know. And the whole time they scheming on how to rob us. Mm. You get what I'm saying? So you can look at it that way. And then you got guys who just F up. But let me go back to the commentating. So with me, even in rap music has evolved to where there's commentators now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I really, really respect the commentators who played the game. The guy who had to fight the promoter to get a second half of his money. The guy who went and performed in the favela in Brazil and not knowing if he was coming back home. The guy that's the guy I want to hear the shit from. Not the guy who watched it, read a journalism book, did and it's
you want the infantry. You want the guy who's in the infantry. You don't want the bird
guy there.
down. You want
if
the infantry.
If I'm at halftime and Giannis is going against LeBron and it's a tight game and we don't know where he's going, I want to hear it from you and Shaq. What's about to go down? Like, yo, I've been here before, y'all. He might run out of breath around it.
It's funny, we think the same way. And Joe, I'm gonna call it one other thing. I call that the Bull Durham. I don't know how old school people know that movie, Bull Durham. There's a movie. It's a movie. It's a baseball movie.
I never watched it, but I'm gonna watch it now. But I know what it is. Talking about.
Everybody comes to the mound in baseball, and they're talking. If you watch a baseball game, I know what's being said at the mound. Like when you're watching a baseball game, you have no. In Bull Durham, that's what made that movie so special for me, because I got to hear what guys talk about at the mound. I'm like, they really don't just always talk about the game, and they're talking about all different things in the mound. That's the thing that I always say to myself when I do it. I'm like, I'm gonna be Bull Durham. I'm gonna tell you something that's in the mound that, yeah, you can see the mound going on, but you might not know what the manager's saying, the pitcher's saying, the catcher's saying, and the first baseman's saying. That's important.
Nah, I get it. I get it, and I like it from that perspective.
Yes, and I know we kind of freezing and going in.
We gravitate to you guys so much because we love the game of basketball, and then you guys, you know, not just like when I go to Africa, right? When I go to Africa, it's different. I understand Ali Boumbaye.
Right.
And Ali, to me, is the greatest of all time boxing, and he's just one of the greatest Americans of all time for what he stood for. But not discrediting Ali, but if you went to Africa right now, they would, Kenny Boumbaye, Kenny Boumbaye, Kenny, because you're a symbol of black people that really made it successful. And you're on the TV and you're telling the story and you're a legend already. You're there to say, you know, it's sad, man. We know Chuck ain't win the shit. We know, y'all can. Charles Barkley,
he got a couple of
down
these.
your throat.
He do have a couple of these. He's got a couple of these. He got a couple of the Emmys.
No, he got a couple of those. But I'll go down your throat like Barkley. You see the Star Kings, you don't never out these. What?
Yeah.
You know, Charles was the real deal, man.
He's the real deal, Joe, all day.
But it hurts me here when the chip.
But you know what? I understand. It's kind of like, you know, a music person who didn't win the Grammy doesn't mean that they're not a great artist. You understand that. Like, the average fan doesn't understand what it takes to be not only a champion, and I was blessed to be on back-to-back championship teams, and the mental fortitude and everything has to align so correctly at the right time that, you know, even with Jordan, which we're going to watch The Last Dance tonight, six rings, everything had to align for him correctly. You know, even
I also think people who win the championship definitely these days, or even those days, they were moving at a different speed. Right?
Oh yeah.
So like when they click and they going for a championship, they're like just zooming. Like it's a different type of like this. Let me tell you something, man. You ain't on TV, so I can curse. The shit LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh was doing down here.
Right.
It was straight 2K. It was straight NBA 2K. Like, I was at some of those games. I'm a Knicks fan, but I was at those games. That shit was 2K. And at the click, when you see a chipped in Golden State, they was moving at a, like.
It's a different pace. The athleticism is just so different.
You blink, it's over.
Yeah, so different. So different. So different. Hey, Joe, I got one thing before I'm going to keep you all day. Because I know you got your own Jopra show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that Sunday's off. You're my Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Sunday's off. Okay.
Closed on Sundays.
No doubt.
You're my Chick-fil-A.
Jimmy's in the Bronx is closed on Sundays.
Yeah. Well, I know we are, man. My wife, they tired of the show. Of the Fat Joe Jopra show. They like, yo.
Man, I'm tuned in every day, as you know. But what I've been doing, too, is I call it my random act of kindness. Like, what I do is every day, in between guests, I give out a week of groceries. I just pick a random person, put them in live, give them a week of groceries, and then if they don't need it, I just cash out them. And if they don't need it, then I say, you got to cash that to somebody else. You're like, no, I don't need that. Well, you gift up. I'm gonna challenge you to think of something right now that's our viewers, everybody that's watching. Say, okay, you got to do this random act of kindness today, and then y'all just send it to me on my text me that y'all actually did it. It could be simple as, yo, my wife always goes to the grocery store. I'm going today. You know, because we quarantine, so charity starts at home. So do something in your house first. Like, do a random act. So you, Joe, and then you got to do it too, Joe. So if you challenge everybody to do it, whatever that is, you got to do that random act. Just challenge our people to do it.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something, man. Last night was my first almost domestic violence quarantine, right? And I don't hit my wife, so this is a joke. But last night, I'm trying to watch this movie on Netflix, and my wife got the boom, the speaker, and she keep playing all this Stephanie Mills. I'm not talking about over the TV. So, and I was like, oh my God, I know how these guys are going crazy. Like, you know, she wowed out, and I'm sitting here like this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to watch the joint, the Cynthia, the girl who made it out of jail, Kim Kardashian, and
right.
got out of jail. So I'm gonna say my act of kindness is everybody. Try not to argue with your wife today, but not for 1 second. Just tolerate everything. And try to help her. If she cooks today, help her with the dishes. I'm gonna help with the dishes. First time ever in the history of mankind. Because I gave you my word. And yo, Kenny, when I give my word, my wife, she'll cook for days. The one thing she hates is cleaning them dishes, man. Them dishes is something about them dishes.
No doubt. So all I want
I'm
you
going to
say
clean the dishes.
Joe,
I'm going to do it. I swear I gave you my word.
No doubt. When you do it, Joe, I want you to say, this is the Kenny Smith challenge. That's why I'm doing this, babe. I'm doing these dishes. It's the Kenny Smith challenge. I'm a video it and send it to you. And I never cleaned dishes in my life. I'm posting it. I never cleaned dishes in my life. Man. Hey, Joe, man. You know,
thank you, my brother. God bless.
Man, spending time with me today on Sunday.
Thanks for having me on your show.
All right, no doubt.
All right, Kenny.
Random kindness night today. So we got Joey Crackdown. Who we got next coming up next? Who we got next, team? Give it up for Fat Joe. Let's give it up for Fat Joe. So we're going to give away these groceries. That's my random act of kindness today. Shagun, the program's in the building. Got Anand's in the building. We got my man Picasso Beats in the building. Guppy, I see you, Guppy 32. Hey, Guppy 32, I saw you on your Instagram laying on like a whole thing outside. Like, wait, y'all got the forest? Y'all got the whole forest back there? My goodness, y'all got a bunch of land. I'm doing something wrong over here in California.
Have people request you.
So just request me if you want that random act of kindness going your way. And Ro Parrish is in the building. Shout out to that. Roxy Diaz in the building. Big Fred Crawford, who actually wanted to donate a random act of kindness to somebody. So I'm going to shout out Big Fred for doing that. And, you know, have him come on. And, you know, or later on, just let you know, I got Aaron Gooden coming in the building. And Aaron Gordon coming in the building. I got Kelly Rowland coming in the building. Candace Parker's coming in the building. Angela Rides coming in the building. So we got a fun-filled day, you know, for you. And I can't wait to get you guys up. And, yeah, we're going to add somebody in for my random act of kindness. I'm in here texting everybody, let them know we're still working. And this is a lot. You got a long tag, this person, Auntie 1954. Hey! How you doing? How are you?
I'm good.
Come on in. Wait, this is London.
Hi, London. How are you?
This is 2 up to 5. We all in here.
Hi.
But we just want to say one thing for watching. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And,
oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Wait, what's your name and where you from?
Oh my God. Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn's in the house. Yes, give it up for Brooklyn.
Yes.
I was born.
There you go, my sister right here. Look, she got on a mask.
Hey,
hi.
Good to see you. Well, we
oh my God.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name is Andrea.
Well, Andrea, we want to say thank you for watching. Our random act of kindness today is, you know, we're just going to send you a week of groceries. All you have to do is send your Cash App. After it's done, we got you. We're going to direct message you. Send us your Cash App. We're going to send you people a week of groceries. If you don't need it,
you can send it to somebody else.
Send it to somebody else. But it's just
okay, thank you.
But if you need it, you got
thank
it.
you. Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Random acts, baby.
Oh,
so.
Oh, thank you.
She's kind of breaking up a little bit.
That's it?
No problem. Who you spending quarantine with?
My son. My son. Oh, he would love to see you. Hold on. Oh my God, he's 28.
Tell him hello. Let me
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Oh, Nisi, I got the thing
what's
on.
his
That's why. RJ.
Okay.
RJ.
So he's
I'm sorry, come. He's like, he mad now. He's saying what?
So he's a junior, huh? RJ?
He's saying what?
Okay. All right.
Listen, look. Look who I'm on IG with. Come on.
RJ, what's up, man?
Oh, wow.
Man, get off
Hey.
the phone, man. Yo, what's
How's it going?
on?
Hey, kids. How y'all doing?
Good. Well,
This is crazy. I'm a fan.
well, we just had Fat Joe on, and then your mom came on right after him. And then,
I thought it was an emergency. Yeah, I was like,
no, not at all. So what we did, we do a random acts of kindness. She was watching. Boom. We put in, and she got what? What'd she get?
A week of groceries.
A week of groceries. And
oh, wow.
If y'all don't need it, y'all cash app it and give it to somebody else.
That's amazing. I appreciate
that. A lot
that.
of people watching and just enjoying it, man. Just enjoy yourself during this quarantine and stay safe, brother.
All right.
That's beautiful. Appreciate it. Y'all stay safe, too.
All right.
I'm going to give the phone back to her. She's running around the house.
All right. See y'all
Oh
later.
my God, I'm sorry. I got it.
No doubt. Oh, that was it. Okay, now who we got? We got coming up.
Aaron
We got?
Gordon.
All right, we got our next guest. Got our next guest coming up. Aaron Gordon. We're gonna talk NBA. We're gonna
Tell him
talk.
to comment.
Aaron, all you have to do is comment because we got a lot of people logging in and out. So just comment right now. Got Complex in the mat. Is Justice is in there. And just comment right real quick, Aaron, and so we can get you. There he is. He just commented.
Nah.
No, right up there on the thing. See, Aaron. Yeah, I think he just did. So we're waiting on him. I can't wait to talk to him about a lot of things, especially this dunk contest that went on and went down. And
That's right.
All right.
here it is, Sunday's Conversations. Sundays. AG, what up, baby?
Chendi, what's good, man? What we doing?
Arizona's finest is in the building right now.
Hey. What's up, OG? How you doing?
Wait. Where are you spending your quarantine at right now?
I'm in sunny side Orlando, Florida, man.
Oh, yeah, I can see the sunshine. We sunshine out here today in California as well. And
Oh, yeah. You're not in a bad place either, man.
Man, hey, listen, I'm going right into it, man, because I saw the love fest between you and D Wade on his live the other day. I saw the love fest. But there was diss tracks made. There was animosity when the dunk contest for the second time. And you know what, it made me even give it more attention? Because I thought I was in the song. I didn't realize I was in the song that you made. Because I'm in the back going, he was wrong. He was wrong. So wait, D Jones, you lose to D Jones, you lost to Zach LaVine. Which one hurt the most?
Oh, man. But definitely the second one. Definitely the second one. They both hurt, bro. They both hurt.
Go ahead. I'm going to let you explain it.
Yeah, they both hurt. But I think Zach was kind of a toss-up, you know what I mean? Because he a high flyer. Just the second time around, I felt like it happened twice, you know what I mean? It was just like, all right, I'm off this. Yeah.
So my thing is this. When you're watching it unfold as a contestant, I've been a contestant twice. I think I was robbed one year. I did a good thought. I came in second.
You went through your legs off the glass from the free throw
Every
line, right?
verse. Every verse. And then you tap the glass. You got to tap the glass to let them know how high you are.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but this is why I thought that was wrong. I did it against Dominique, and he did the same dunk.
Yeah.
Twice, 3 times, and got the same score 3 times. I'm like, if you're gonna do a windmill and do the same score, then I should just do the between the legs and keep doing that all game. Like, I was thinking that you had to do it a different dunk each time. And so to me, that's why I felt I got robbed. I mean, the guy got a perfect score 3 times on the same dunk.
Right. It's like that 2-hand windmill, right?
Yep, but see, we had 3 rounds then. So you had to do 9 dunks then. Three in the first, 3 in the second, then 3 in the third. I did 9 different dunks.
They had y'all boys jumping.
Oh, yeah, no, I was exhausted. I was
By
exhausted.
the end of it, you like,
Wait,
oh,
wait.
no.
But I didn't know you were a rapper. What made you make the diss track? That's all I want to know. What made you make it? And if y'all don't go on YouTube and look it up, y'all.
No, for sure. But that's dope. Like, you were in it, bro. You were like, oh, cool. That's highway robbery, man. Boo. You and Reggie was on the track, man.
Boo! Boo! The one thing that I saw, again, I was looking at it from a dunker's point of view. You were doing, he did great dunks. No, Derek, high fly. But what I would say is his dunks ended the same way. Between the legs windmill. They always ended with that. If you throw it off the side of the glass, you throw it off the middle, you bounce it in the middle, he comes from the free throw line. They all ended the same way. With yours, you go under your knees, you go between your legs, you lean. So the creativity, to me, was the difference for me.
Man, appreciate that, Jet. I thought so too. You know, it's kind of like that mixture of creativity and power and finesse. You know what I mean? I thought I had it. I thought I had the trophy come home with me. So the diss track, that was just like me venting, you know, me expressing myself, because I hadn't really talked about it a lot. You know, I wasn't like going to the media and talking about the dunk contest. Really, I didn't really even think too much about it. But now we got a little bit of time on our hands, so it's like, I might as well do some of the things that I love to do. So poetry, I really love poetry. I really love music and just the process of making music. So just put those two things together. Just made it a little bit entertaining for these times of, you know, kind of everybody like down and everybody want to keep everybody from being too, I don't know, just depressed. So just trying to give some like light and some love and some entertainment to the world.
You know what the funny thing is? You just said depressing, like, and light. People would think that in your situation, like, why is this guy feeling bad? You know, he's in sunny California. He's got a beautiful backdrop in when he's talking to Kenny. Like, tell us how that feeling of being at home you're just, there's no difference between you and someone else. Like, why would you? How can you attribute that to that?
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, we all got dreams, you know. Each one of us have ambitions, and we all have dreams, and we're all chasing our goals and seeking out to be the greatest that we can be. And it's tough when you know, you have a dream that you set out for yourself, and somebody says no. You know what I mean? It turns you away from that dream. And I think we can all relate to that. You know, ours just happened to be on a bigger scale, more public scale. Everybody sees what we're doing. Everybody see you every night on TNT. Everyone see me on the floor. Everyone saw it. You've been through it a long time, so you know how it goes. But it's just trying to relate to people and tell them that, you know, we have dreams and we still feel the same emotions as other people. You know, we're still people. You know what I mean? Even though we've been blessed. You know, you got the Emmys behind you on the.
Oh yeah. I'm stuck.
Steinway. That's a Steinway.
Yeah. You can stuff for the grand. You gotta stuff for the grand, man. You gotta stuff for the grand. Man. You know,
nice,
you just gotta. You can't just, you know, fake it. But now you gotta fake it a little bit, but you gotta show the reality within inside of it. You know, you gotta.
You gotta let them know a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a little bit. I got the rings on. I gave my first championship ring, Aaron, to my dad. And my second one to my brother Vince, because those were the two people who helped me get there. And I had vowed if we had won 3-peat and we won 3 in a row, I was going to give it to my high school coach, Jack Curran, the late great Jack Curran, because those are the people who got me there. Like, you know that there's an army of people that's pushing you, that you don't really make it alone. You got family that's played, you know, and that's played professional. So, you know, tell us about your support system and how they pushed you.
Yeah, that's factual. I mean, I'm here with my manager right now. Both my managers, really. You know, my sister, my assistant. So they're just helping me navigate the media. They're helping me navigate on court, off the court. My brother and dad, mom. You know what I mean? They beat the hell out of me when I was younger. Made me tough, you know. So it's a big world out there. You know, basketball's a big world. Growing up in San Jose, you know, basketball's okay there. I didn't know about the dude that was balling in Lithuania or Croatia or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they just made me ready for like dudes coming out of Queens and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Making sure I was able to hold my own.
Man. Hey, I'm telling you, man.
On the
I was
court.
going back to back in Queens before Drake was. You know what I'm saying? I was going back to back way before Drake started.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
That's a blessing. It's a blessing.
But I got 2 more, and I'm gonna let you get back to your Sunday and enjoy. You know, what are you doing? What do you think about the league coming back? Do you have any apprehension? Do you have any anxiety? Are you excited? What would you like to see, and how would you like to see it? Man,
I'm super excited to come back. After All-Star break, Orlando, we was the #1 ranked offense in the league coming in after All-Star break. So I felt like we had finally found our groove, and I think we were building up to have a good playoff run. I mean, we had been there the year before and got that taste, unsatisfied. So I was super excited. I'm excited to get back. I don't know. The fans, I don't know what they're about to do about the fans, if the fans are going to be there or not. I know we're trying to get that TV money. But either way, I'm going to compete. You know what I mean? I'm ready. So when they tell me time to go. So you got your own gym, you working out on your own, got your own space, and you have not missed a beat, you feel? Yeah, so I've been working out. I feel like I'm better than ever, you know. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I wish I could have had a 2-month break, not like this during the middle of the season. I'd have came back flying. Oh my God, a 2-month break in the middle of the season, it could be problems for a lot of people. That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like this kind of like might be a blueprint. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, we might need to take a hiatus. I like that. I like that. My last thing, man, I'm gonna leave you with, like what I've been doing on my Sundays inspire people. You gave a story you didn't even realize that I was gonna go to, and you went there. But I give out a week of groceries to random people on my thing. But my challenge for you is to think of one challenge that a random act of kindness that our viewers, everybody watching, has to do. And so they say, like, it could be as simple like Fat Joe was just on. He's like, I'm gonna do the dishes. I never do the dishes in my house for my wife. That's my random act of kindness. I've never done them. And he said he's gonna videotape it. So what is the random act of kindness that you would want? I always say charity starts at home. So doing it at home is great. But if you go into the grocery store, you might pay for the person, stuff in front, whatever it might be. But you got to do it too. Okay. You can't just tell us to do it and then you don't do it. All right. So what's your random act of kindness? All right. My random act of kindness is I want you to cook dinner for the people in your home. There it is. What if you already cooked though? What if you the person who already cooked? Nah, I don't usually cook. Okay, so the random act of kindness, if you're not the cooker in your house, you have to cook dinner. Yeah. That's the random. Give it up for the random act of kindness. I got y'all. Yeah. So wait. Hey, Aaron, I'm gonna hold you accountable. You gotta send me a video of you cooking tonight. I'm gonna tag you. And I'm gonna blow you up if you. I'm like, yo, this dude said to Bust be cooking, and he ain't cooking today. Shit, I gotta go to the store now, man. That's right. That's right. Hey, random act of kindness. It's on you tonight. No doubt. I'm gonna send you a video. There it is, my man. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, brother. All right, Ken. Good to see you, baby. Thank you, man. All right. Aaron Gordon in the building with the random act. He's cooking tonight. That's his random act. Like, sometimes random acts is not giving somebody $1 million, $5 million. It's like you take some stress off your mind. Stress is more valuable than anything else. And you just missed it. It's move up. The other way. Nah. She just jumped on. Right there. Yeah. So we're going to bring our next person in. Excited to bring in this person right now. Calendria Rowland, what's up? What's up, lady? Come on.
Oh my God, that's how you greet me, Kenny. Calendria. By the way, everybody's been so infatuated, I guess, with I call it my multi-syllable name.
Well, you know what? I've been in Houston for so many years.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give you my quick story. Is Matthew and they had the store. They had the what was it? The hair salon.
Yes. Headliners.
But on the bottom of Headliners, I had a store.
Yes.
So before we even start with all of this, so Matthew comes into the store one day. I was only like a rookie, second year in the league. And he goes, hey, I got this, you know, my daughter and this girls group. Would you invest in it? And I was like, listen, listen,
Ooh.
Kelly, I was like, look, I love music. I'm into music, but
Yeah.
man, I don't know nothing about it. And then Destiny Child. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, you could have been first investor. I was like, no, I would have been the first money that he messed up when he had that first deal and he didn't know what he was doing. And then he would have figured it out with me. But I could have been a first investor, Destiny Child. How you doing? Where are you?
I
And
am
what are you doing?
so good. I'm so good. This nice chill Sunday today. Just happy to be with my guys, my husband and my son, and we're literally just gonna be on the couch today, just watching whatever Titan wants to watch. I'm so grateful to see another day, for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, you got a lot of people that they're just. I'm looking at all of the things coming up. And
Hi,
the questions
everybody. Thank you for having me, Kenny.
Yeah. Well, come on, Clutch City. You know? And the other thing that you might not realize is that we used to say when the first championship, we used to call ourselves Destiny Child in the locker room.
No way.
Because it was right at the time when you guys, when all the split happened. And everybody was like, oh, Destiny Child, blah, 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 blah. Are they going to make it? Are they going to come back?
Yeah.
And so in the locker room, we were like down 3-1. And everybody was like, oh, are they going to make it? Are going to be that? And I think it might have been Vernon Maxwell. He's like, oh, we like Destiny Child, bro. We coming back. We coming back. And so
I
we started
love
calling
it.
ourselves Destiny Child back in those days.
I love it.
And y'all didn't even know it. So y'all was part of our
No, didn't even know, but I love that. Thank you so much.
So what are you doing right now to keep yourself busy? I saw the new music drop. I saw all of, like, what are you doing to keep yourself busy?
I mean, between new music and I actually just got back in the studio yesterday. I'm so excited. My engineer's been quarantined, and so we can finally like work. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we've just
so you have your own studio. You go into like
I have my own space in my studio. I just like to make sure that my household is good first. You know what I mean? My household comes first, and I do not play that at all. So yeah, making sure I get back in the studio, because that's like making me still feel busy. You know what I mean? Because the slowdown for me was definitely like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And the uncertainty was giving me a little bit of anxiety. So I came up with this thing called Coffee with Kelly, because it was so much information on TV, and it was just coming in at such big doses, and it's something new every day. And I was just like, oh gosh, I need to kind of pick myself up out of this. So I did the Coffee with Kelly, and we were on there talking about all kinds of kinky, fun stuff. We were having such a good time, and people sending in the funniest questions. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you, during that time and during this time, you know, I have a saying that in this quarantine, if it lasts out of the quarantine, it would have lasted for 10 years. Like it's gonna last.
Yeah.
And if you create it during this quarantine, it will last for 10 years.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't survive the quarantine, it wouldn't have survived the 10 years running.
Yeah. Yeah.
Businesses, relationships, whatever it is. So this is the time.
Well said.
That's
it's such a good dose of wisdom. That's true, Kenny.
You know, I just feel like this is an important time for us, and like we have an opportunity to really look at what we built. Like we can see that beautiful home that you built. Some people still might not want to be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You in there, for sure. You said family first.
Family
your
first.
Your son, your husband.
I mean, I've learned so much about myself, about my marriage, about my son, about the way we want to run our household in this quarantine. And I'm grateful for I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fight. I'm grateful for wanting to fight for my marriage. I'm grateful for wanting to put in the work. I'm grateful for choosing someone who wants to put in the work with me, and who wants to be in the fight and in the thick of everything with me. So I just
so
this was a blessing.
Roses and for Kelly Rose every day.
No. Let me tell you something. I'm hard. I know I'm hard to deal with. I know that some days I wake up and I'm like, leave me alone, don't talk to me. Or I know some days I'm just like, oh my God. I know that some days are just great days and some days are off days, and that's okay. And by the way, my husband is the same way. So I just feel like, you choose somebody that wants to be in that with you and is gonna love you regardless, and be able to ask you or tell you or check you and say, yo, that's foul or whatever it is,
Right, right.
So yeah.
So, but the one thing that you just said is like somebody who wants to be in there with you. Now you've been in so many situations in your professional life.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help you in this time? So all of the different things that you've gone through as a professional,
Mm-hmm.
now in your personal life, do you transmit those things over there?
I never thought about it like that. That's a very good question. I don't think I've thought about that. I
Oh,
think
I
that
do as a basketball player.
So yes.
Oh, no
Oh,
question.
trust me. Oh no, trust me. You and my husband both. Everything has to do with basketball. Everything is a comparison. Everything in this household is a comparison.
My kids are laughing right now. They're in this other room and they're going, because I always give the basketball analogies.
Yes.
Like, as soon as they do it, they go, oh, here he goes again. I'm like, see, this is like a team. In
Yes.
this team, there's got to be a point guard. Somebody's
Yes,
got to
yes.
lead the show. Doesn't
Yes.
mean that the guy rebounding is not as important as the guy shooting. Like,
Yes.
So I'm always giving those kind of analogies all through the house.
By the way, growing up in Destiny's Child, we were basketball. It was all about basketball. Matthew
How's
compared
that?
to, well, because it was like, okay, if B is like Michael Jordan, Kelly, you got to be there, right there to get her, like Pippen would, and you know what I mean. It was like that kind of thing. So we were always watching. He would let us have us watch basketball games. We would look at different plays, like the way this play is, this person is helping this person. That means that when such and such is going down, then you have to make sure that y'all have each other's back. Like it was actually really good. I think it was really good for us. And I'll give you a really good analogy. I'll never forget doing. Somebody just brought this up in another interview. Doing this Hot 97 Summer Jam.
Right.
We were all petrified to go out because people were booing us, like boo, boo, boo.
Well, this must have been early.
No. This was like in the height of like Survivor and like
Wow.
No, not Survivor. I'm sorry. No, it was like the beginning of the writings on the wall, and everything was like doing really, really well. And so next thing we knew, we're on the side of the stage, and I'm looking at B, and she looking at me, and we looking at each other like, what is about to happen? There's this look that came upon her face, like, we're about to kill this. And when I saw her look, I literally went and I was like, okay, I'm not going to let you go out there by yourself. Went right behind her, and we went out there and performed in all of the booths. Okay. And that was one of the hardest moments of my life because it was so much adversity, like all around us. It was like, no, we don't want you here. Leave.
Wow.
And yeah, it was crazy, but it was very humbling. It was definitely a test of character. And I would say that it sharpened us for the better, and it was incredible. And that, by the way, that wasn't the last time. We got.
Well, I'm sorry I was booing that night. No, I wasn't there. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. No, but that's you basically just described being on the road as a home team. That you're playing against the home team. That's exactly what happened. Like you have to find something that makes them change their direction and their thought about you in that moment. Because I've also realized that most people that boo, they're really not booing at you. They're just in the crowd moment. Like if one person does it, it's like a mob effect and everybody's doing it. Because you know what was humbling for me the first time I went to a professional basketball game as a viewer? I had never gone growing up. We didn't have enough money to go to a New York Knicks game. So I went as a pro for the first. I was the second year in the league. And I sat in the stands and I watched the Clippers play the Golden State Warriors. And I looked in the stands and I noticed how many people actually wasn't watching the game.
Wait, what were they doing? On their phone? Don't you say
on their phone, talking to each other, eating. I would say 20% of the people in the stands watch the game from start to finish. The other 80 are there for the spec. And it relaxed me. I said, oh, I don't have to perform for 25,000 anymore. Wow. I'm really only performing for the 12 next to me and the people here because everybody's not paying attention. And I thought when you're on the court,
Wow.
you think like everybody's watching. Like, oh, let me fix my shirt. Let me wipe my nose. You think everybody? No. Even when I've gone to y'all concerts, I'm not watching the whole time. I'm talking to my person. I go to the restroom.
Right.
No one can do that. So I never thought that, and that really relaxed me as a performer and as a basketball player. Same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, do you think that that's changed because of the times, like with phones and everything?
I think it's worse now because I see
Oh
people like
God.
this now. They're like this. So anyway, and they're recording you, but talking to someone else, and they're not actually watching. I've seen
That sucks.
100 times. But they'll go back and they'll go, but only about 20% of people were actually there,
Yeah.
are really paying attention. That's my theory. But I have a challenge for you. So
Okay.
what I've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
I've been giving a week of groceries to random people on my Instagram. Just that's my random act of kindness.
Okay.
So I want you to come up with one for the people that's watching. Everybody is watching. Like, here is a random act of kindness that I want you to do at your home. I was saying earlier, I had Fat Joe on. I got Candace Parker coming on after you, Aaron Gordon. I was like, Fat Joe was like, I'm gonna wash the dishes for my wife. I've never washed the dishes ever. It's like, oh, you got to do it. You got to film it and send it to me.
Yeah.
So give everybody an act of kindness.
Okay. Okay.
It could be big, small, or whatever.
Okay.
But you got to do it too today. You just
Okay,
can't do it.
Well,
Tell
I
us to do it.
actually really like yours. Can I actually bite off of yours? Because I think what I'll do is when I'm in the next time I'm at the store and I'm in a line, I will take care of somebody's groceries in front of me.
Give it up for carrying those groceries, Shannon. So wait, come here. London, she wants to say hello to you. Malloy, you probably do, but you know.
Yes.
But my little one, she wants to say hello to you.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
you are so beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
She can't
Hi.
see you. So these are 2 of the 5.
Beautiful
They want to
kids.
say hello. And my daughter
It's
Katie,
so
she's
nice
not
to
coming
see
on screen.
you.
She's like, but she's in the music business and the industry and acting.
Dope.
So she's following your footsteps in that. So I always point to you on what they need to do.
Thank
And
you, Jimmy.
I don't know if you remember when I saw you at the concert, I was like, your son, when he started the hoop,
Yes.
to me.
Yeah.
I got him.
He's so big. He's so big.
And that's why I told you. I was like, send him to me. Because
So big.
I might not get him in the NBA, but I could get him a college scholarship.
Okay. I will remember that. I'll remember that.
There it is.
It's so good to see you and your beautiful family. And I actually am going to the store today with my mask and my gloves and everything else. And I'm going to do that. That's going to feel really good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Keith.
there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kelly Rowland.
Bye, guys.
Miss Calendria Rowland.
Oh, my God. Stop.
Oh, let it up. All right. I think who we got next? I think Candace might be on there already, is she? We're gonna start. I might just do a whole giveaway section of like just give them out. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, there she is. Candace Parker.
What's up?
Look at you. Wait a minute. Time out, man. Time out. You
I'm
can't
getting
come
to my
on my
spot.
live.
Hold on. I'm getting to my spot.
You can't
Okay.
come on my live stunting with the glasses on.
No, I just worked. I
backyard.
would have made you proud. I worked out on this Sunday, so I'm trying to get like you. You got the Emmys in the back. I'm trying to get the 2 trophies and all that. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. You have a lot more because I was thinking about this before.
Malloy.
Y'all want to go back into it, but you'll bring them back. you know Malloy. You know everybody.
Yes.
Our Valley crew. But I was looking at it. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. We were talking, and I was on the phone talking. We were talking women's WNBA and what they might do this summer. Yeah. And I was like, damn, Candace has won every single award that the WNBA has had, pretty much. Like you won All-Star MVP, Rookie of the Year, 5 or 6 time. I don't even know, all first team. Like, is there anyone more decorated thinking of in the WNBA than you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of one of those people. I like to look at things at the end, like when you're done, when the legacy is through. honestly, at this point in time, Kenny, like you get validated by winning, by championships. So all that is all
Well,
well
you
and
have those
good.
two.
Got those two, but still, man, you mess up. You can mess up and do a lot of things one time, but if you do it twice, you're doing something right.
Well, I'll tell you, like that is just.
And I see the twice in the background. So you.
Well,
doing
that's only
something
two
right.
that I'm showing. That's only two that I'm showing. I don't have my shades on, but these are blocking the sun
can't
from
with
me.
you. Let me stand on the gram with those.
Yes. I went like this. Who was somebody was going at me on live one. I can't. Who was it? And he started talking, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me, I got something in my tooth. And I started using this as a toothpick, and then it shut it all down.
You guys are out of control.
When you use the Emmy as a toothpick, it shuts it down. But what are you doing? You said you were working out. I've been watching. Are you doing like these virtual workouts with your trainer and all that kind of stuff?
Honestly, my passion is like really connecting with parents at this point in time, and then also connecting with people that maybe can't get to a gym or don't have a machine or something like that. So I try to tailor all my workouts to just making sure that it's just you, body weight. It's short, so it's 15 minutes. And then in terms of, I've been doing Parental Confidential, which you're going to be a guest of mine on my live.
Okay, what is that? What is this? Explain what that is.
Parental Confidential is basically like just a break for parents. We share a glass of wine, a drink of your choice, and we sit down and we just talk about parenthood just from different perspectives.
How many people are on this? Is this on live or is this just
on IG Live? Yeah. So we had Rachel Nichols, we had Jamie Foxx the week before. He was doing everybody's impression. He did Hove, he did Kermit the Frog, he did everybody. We're just kind of just tackling like what it is to raise successful kids, even though their struggle might not be the same struggle you came from, like trying to get the most out of them. So I know you're passionate about parenthood, so I'd love to have you on it.
Oh, I'm on it. Come on. And if I don't, we're close enough where you might come with the mask on and bring the
I'll knock on your door.
And be like, yo, you're on in 15.
Oh, I know where you live. Don't worry.
So no more. Say no more. But the other thing that I kind of go into is like the overall, you have the unique viewpoint where the WNBA, you have such an knowledge about, which would be now kind of starting. And also you're a commentator in the NBA. So you have the whole world. In terms of basketball, where should we go? What do you think and how we should do it?
In terms of basketball right now, like how?
Yeah, how do we get back to this? How if you were commissioner for the day in both leagues? I'm saying both. What are you gonna do?
I want to say first and foremost, safety is the number one thing, and the NBA has handled this, and we're always, I feel like, at the forefront. And I say we because we cover the NBA.
Right.
But I feel like the NBA has always been at the forefront of change, of taking a stand, of doing maybe what's not popular at the moment. And so for them kind of like to be the catalyst of stopping everything, I think says a lot. And I think that they should be the ones to kind of kick this off. The WNBA is in a unique situation because we don't charter, we commercial. So if we're commercial flying, I think that's another thing that we have to work out. You're not going to be able to go to 12 different cities. I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. And I don't know, I can't speak for everybody in the WNBA, but those are things that we have to kind of factor in. As long as we can be safe and it's not taking away from the well-being of the public. I mean, if you think about, we're testing, we have all these tests and we're testing every day, and we have people in the world that can't get tests. That's not fair. So I think it's going to be like a one-site thing where everybody goes to one place, and maybe it's 2 or 3 sites for the NBA, and you play around robin, and so we kind of minimize the traveling.
Yeah, I do like that. I feel it has to be some tournament type of idea. And I'm just so everyone knows, I got Angela Rye coming on, who kind of she can give a real perspective of like what is really going on in government and how we can relate that to sport, because she's in the trenches. So I just wanted to have her on to kind of give me some clarity on what this is about.
Because there's so many different, everybody has an outlet at this point in time. Everybody can give their opinion through social media. So it's kind of like
in the trenches. I need to talk to somebody in the trenches.
Yeah, I need somebody that knows what they're talking about.
And then, I got a random question. Like I always say, at some point, there's going to be a female basketball player that everyone thinks is good enough, even with the prejudices of the NBA, saying no, they could play in the league.
Yeah.
Was there anyone besides yourself that you felt that, man, they really could, or who would that be? What type of player that will be?
You know, Cappy Pondexter to me was that player that could and should have and had that opportunity to play, just in terms of, especially in her prime, that build. I think it almost has to be like a combo type of guard, you know, that's athletic, that's kind of that strong build, that can shoot the three, that can spread the court. But honestly, like, here's the thing: we're content with growing our league. You know, I wouldn't step out and put all the pressure on Layla. Like, yeah, I'd want her to aspire to play and be the best that she can be, but I think there's room in our league to grow it and to be the best there. So, I mean, I think Cappy Pondex, if I had to put money on anybody, it would be her.
And I always said it would be a guard, a point guard.
Yeah.
Because a point guard, because of all of the things, it's a point guard is all skill. Like,
yeah,
it has nothing to do with, if you don't have it, you can't handle the rock. You can't shoot.
You're right.
And you can't
You're
make
gonna be in
great
trouble.
decisions.
You're not
you
going
can't
in
make
there.
great decisions. You can't play it. And so at times where, you know, the interior becomes more of a physicality. So,
Yeah.
but on that perimeter, we used to have, back in North Carolina, we used to have most of the women team, they would play with us in the summer.
Yeah, in the
like,
summer.
We've had so many, Pam Oliver and all these people.
Yeah.
I mean, Pam, they used to play with us in the summers, but always the guards, they would be like, man, she's killing you, Kate. I'm like, yo, she's doing the same thing I do. Like, yo, if I go double, she can shoot the three. Like, what are you talking about? Of course she's gonna hit that. Like, they couldn't understand how they played so well against. I mean, we were the #1 team in the country, and they were killing us at times because guards do the same thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I grew up playing with guys, playing with boys all the time. And I had older brothers. And so I think it's the opportunity, Kenny. You see it now with your daughter, your son. Like, it's the opportunity. It's like people being like, okay, you can do this. It's not just all of a sudden kids and the league is getting more skilled. It's like opportunity. It's seeing things.
Agreed.
You know, being on YouTube and seeing these different drills and going out and practicing it. It's like imagine if we would have had the rehab and all that stuff for our knees at the beginning of our carear.
No.
So it's
I don't want
that's what growth is.
Yeah. I'm hitting Angela, letting her know we're going to be ready for her, but we have an act of kindness today. We have this act of kindness that everyone has to do.
Yep.
You're going to tell people what they should do, their act of kindness, but when you tell it, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, of course.
So, what would be the act of kindness that you're telling everyone to do? Kelly Rowland just said she's buying a week of groceries for the person, the groceries in front of them in line today when she goes to the grocery store. What would be yours?
So mine, I'm big on, like, yes, financially, like, giving is so important, just giving money and things like that. But everybody has 24 hours in a day, so I'm big on giving time as well. And so I encourage everybody to give 20 minutes of uninterrupted time throughout the week. It could be either today, tomorrow, whatever, to everybody in your family of what they want to do. Like, with what they want to do. So
20 minutes of time.
20 minutes of uninterrupted.
Man, I see some smiling faces over here, man.
Put your phones down. Kenny gonna be playing LOL dolls. You're gonna be out in the shooting hoops. You already do that anyway. But 20 minutes of what somebody in your family wants to do and find out more about them and things like that. Because I think, you know, you could do surface hangout where you're on your phone, but do it. As my daughter is screaming from the
Paris is like 20 minutes.
Well,
Look,
Layla just opened her window and is screaming, really? Yes. So
we got one picture before you go. London made this for you.
I love it.
That's you. I guess that's you
so
dunking
cool.
the ball.
I can't wait to hang out.
She just did it. So I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Please do. I miss you guys.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on Candace Parker.
No problem. Bye.
Yes. Next up.
Uh-huh.
Now we're gonna have the voice of reason come up, and I just needed her to kind of give me a real direction on what I should be doing, not only in this time but in life. And she gives all this advice, so she's got to give it to me. Come on, what's up, Miss Rye?
How are you?
You
I
look very
thought
bright
you
and sunny.
forgot about me. You had all these superstars on. I was like, oh, he forgot about little old me.
No, we closing it up with you. We had a bunch of talkers. Now Joe, Fat Joe, he's a talker.
He's good though.
He's good. But
They're calling him Jopra right now.
Yeah, but he's a talker. He was scheduled for 5-10 minutes. He went 25 minutes.
He had a word on this Sunday morning. He got to do what he got to do.
He definitely did. How are you doing? Where are you? How are you doing in this crisis?
I am in LA right now. I'm doing well. I am thinking about all of the people all over the country and really all over the world who are really dealing with the fallout from this pandemic. I am personally grateful for the time that I've had to reset and think about what really matters to me and trying to find creative ways to connect with my family when we're all so far apart in all of this. And I think I'm trying to stay grounded with the fact that there are a lot of people who aren't able to take this time to really connect with whatever's next for them. Like they are really just trying to survive. So I'm staying really connected and grounded with that reality.
So doing that, there are people who in our society who kind of have great opinions.
Yeah.
Or come up with great ideas. Mm-hmm. But I think you're in a unique position where you could do both, but also you know what the other people are saying.
Yeah.
So what's happening that we don't know? Like, what is happening that you would like to, like, hey, you know what, guys, just letting you know, this is what's going on right now.
Yeah, so I think still, even with that, so much of what is happening is medical. And I am being so cautious to not kind of go into territory that's not mine, in that I'm not a medical professional. I'm a lawyer by training and, found my way into the political space. And what I'll say on the policy side is that fortunately, are you there? Can you hear
I'm
me?
here.
Okay. I see you now. Okay. Just how real systemic racism and oppression are, and we're seeing the realities of that through how this disease is being handled, or this virus is being handled. The number of people in our community who have been impacted, the number of people in our community who have died, the number of people in our community who have to go out and work every day and can't tell people no. So I think that reality, I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for this, because now when we finally talk about these conditions, people won't say dumb stuff. I'm not going to cuss. It's a Sunday and the kids are there. I saw them. Dumb stuff like everything isn't about race, right? When the truth of the matter is the very foundation of this country had everything to do with race, right? So I think that this gives us a really unique opportunity to say, for all of the people who have been disproportionately oppressed by this society, we can come together now and say, yo, we can do this ourselves, but we also are going to hold this government accountable to do right by us. So I'm hoping that my medical professionals will stand with us in getting us this data, getting us the information we need. There's a sister leading the trials on vaccinations, to really get this right. I think that 2020, a year of perfect vision, gives us the opportunity to see clearly and to get this thing right. And that's what I hope comes out of this.
You know what? The one question I always, like, even when I listen to you and I'm watching on television, the only thing is, like, and you see certain states opening up, you see the NBA closing up and say, we're going to close shop.
Yeah.
The one question that seems no one's answering to me, just, or at least maybe I missed it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying no one's answering, maybe I missed it, is, like, what is the criteria to open?
Yeah.
So, like, we could close everything down, and that's why you have you have this disproportionate rate of people saying we should do it or we shouldn't. I saw the guy on your live the other day, the comedian Ronnie, like, with the insane comments about, oh, why can't we open? Why not now? Like, I need a barbecue. It's not but no one has said, okay, when we see these rates drop at this number, we can open, or we're here. So everyone is just waiting, and everyone has their own personal opinion because no one has led us and said, from a
Okay,
yeah,
there
can you see me? I'm sorry.
Now I can.
Yeah, I'm back.
So you were talking about the criteria
So
for
is there
opening in a
someone that said that? Did anyone say that and I missed it?
So this is what I believe. So it's Sunday, so this scripture to me applies. There's nothing new under the sun, right? We know that history is bound to repeat itself. What we know is that there are countries that were impacted by coronavirus before we were. We should look at the best practices from those countries and do what they're doing. There was an expert from Hong Kong on CNN super late last night, and one of the things that I heard him say that I thought was so compelling was, listen, it's not rocket science. If you still have cases, right, and there are new reports of coronavirus positive cases in your state, you should not be opening up, because what's going to happen is you're going to have, the numbers are going to skyrocket. He said until your numbers are zero or very close to zero, there's a significant decline and almost no new cases. You shouldn't be opening up. That's what they did there. So why would we do something different? That to me is common sense, right? It's like, why are you endangering people? Saying that I said this on Revolt, you're saying that your lives don't matter, but your work does. And there's a disconnect there that we just really can't thread. We have to.
So who should be telling us this, Ms. Rye? Who should be telling us this?
I think that the governors are responsible, because they're the ones who are making those. They have the discretion to make that decision. Right. We should be listening to the very brilliant Keisha Lance Bottom. She's telling us what it is in Atlanta, right? And I think that there are other people who can be responsible, even when the federal government will not be responsible. And I think that we should listen to Dr. Fauci, because he's the one on that on that federal stage that makes the most sense to me. I'm just saying.
Well, I like I said, at times it's kind of like, well, if you're gonna make a meal and you don't tell me what temperature to put the food at, and just I'm guessing, is it 350, is it 415, 425, then I'm not gonna have a perfect meal. But if there's some cases that allow me to understand what's going on, then I don't. In terms of sport, I think for us as in the NBA, and Adam Silver, you know, he led the charge of stopping. So him leading this charge, what advice? I do have to mention the number on speed dial, so maybe we could just give a call. What advice would you say? This is what, as a sport, really pay attention to.
Yeah, I think it is about paying attention to your humans first, right? Before you have the ability to make revenue, you're especially in the NBA, especially in sports, you rely on the physical health of a player, the physical condition of a player to make your ends meet. That's just it.
Right.
And so,
let's be real with this before you even go.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the NBA is the largest conglomerate of successful black men in the world. If you combine their salaries, black men, it far
larger than the NFL?
Anywhere in the world.
Wow, I did not know that.
If you combine their salaries, there are no African American group of men that make that much of an impact financially anywhere in the world. So, so that's why it's important for this message that I want to relay. Yeah. What is it? Like, what is that, you would say?
But the point is, like, the other thing that I think we have to remember, thinking of the Last Dance now and how much that's impacted everybody. For a lot of young people, Kenny, all over the world, those players, y'all, I know you're retired now, but still, you all have so much influence over a generation. Y'all have influence over young boys who aspire to be players one day, young girls who aspire to be players one day. People wanted to dress, and still want to dress like some of these players. They want to emulate how they walk and talk. If they're out there playing, right, and schools are still closed and parks are still closed and people are still supposed to social distance, it's sending a message that conflicts and doesn't comport with what they're learning at home. I think that alone is also dangerous, right? They're not just players. And even though Charles would say, I'm not a role model, unfortunately, once you don that jersey and you sign that contract, that's exactly what you are, whether you intend to be one or not. So I think there's a whole different perspective, not only from the wealth component, but also in what you all mean to people who look like us, young folks who are coming up.
And I agree 100%. That's why I like the fact that we were the first sport to stop.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
when we stopped, I saw a noticeable difference in everyone's behavior that was associated with around the sport and with the sport or enjoyed the sport. The same way Magic Johnson recreated the thinking about people with AIDS.
Yeah.
When he was the first to say, I'm coming out and letting everyone know I have it, and this is what he was like the biggest star, and he came out and I noticed over the years that obviously our sport does that. And I think it's because you could see us differently. You see us in small attire. You can see our faces. You can see everything about it. As commentators, we're here. You see us. You get to see everything about us. I think that has a big influence. But today I'm challenging people, Angela. So I'm challenging you. Because I know you can come up with something really inventive that our people, they have to do a random act of kindness today.
Yeah.
All right. And so I want you to think of that. But you can't tell us to do something that you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
So you do it, and then you got to send me the video of you doing it. You know,
okay.
So Matt Joe said he's gonna wash the dishes. All right, I gotta wash the dishes today, but I'm gonna have to and I'm not even gonna use the dishwasher, even though it's broken today. But anyway, that's another story.
One of the things that that I've been really interested in right now is, we can do things that normally we don't have time to do. We're not stationary long enough to do these things. And so I've been connecting with people on Instagram Live that I normally, would never see. I haven't been interested in. Yeah. Well, Rodney was one. But one of the things that I would like to do, because I really miss this time from speaking to students at colleges, is doing like a professional development some type of session where I can answer their questions about, how to do whatever they're going to do next. Especially, there's a whole group of college students who are about to graduate, no graduation.
Yeah.
They have to be worried about this economy. This could get worse than what it was in 2008. So just innovative ways to help them figure out how they make money and how they get experience as they go into to fulfill their next step. So maybe I'll do that. Or I got a toilet paper challenge. I ordered a bunch of toilet paper from a Black-owned spot called Freedom Paper Company. Maybe I can go and see if my neighbors is doing all right in the toilet.
You know where I thought you was going with this, though? I thought you were going to say buy something from a Black-owned business.
Oh, definitely do that. That's a given. With Eddie Rice, my daddy, that's a requirement.
That's the requirement, and you got to we got to see you hand the toilet paper or put it on that desk and put the toilet paper down. And that's your random act of kindness.
Okay, I got to see. Somebody might get mad, like, what you trying to say?
No. Listen, drop it off I'll send the address. We won't say that.
Y'all don't need no toilet paper.
We need paper towels. Paper towels and Lysol.
You can order some from Freedom Paper Company too. I just found, like, one of my friends posted about them, Black-owned, and they have everything. And I know they would expedite your order.
Say no more. It's done. That's my random act. Well, I appreciate you. We cherish you. We cherish
Thanks,
you.
Kitty. Same here.
Appreciate it. And what I do, I'm giving out groceries. So everybody who's on, everybody just stay on. I'm going to just start now. We got our guests in. I'm just randomly pick people and start giving out a week of groceries.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Thank
Kitty.
you.
Happy Sunday. Take care.
Yes, you too. Bye. It's grocery time. Yeah! It's grocery time. So.
Can I pick this time?
Well, no, we're going to let our producer pick.
Taylor?
Yeah, we're going to let her pick the people. And we're going to randomly select people. Nah, he don't need it. We know him. Yeah, he all them crazy comments Shagun had on. We don't need it. Right there. Yeah, that's cool. We'll take him. All right. We'll take them.
Waiting.
And the anticipation.
Let's hope he answers.
All right, we're waiting.
Uh-oh.
Hey! How are you?
How are you?
What's your name and where you from?
My name is Cynthia, and I'm from New Jersey, East Brunswick.
New Jersey! Yeah. What part of New Jersey?
East Brunswick.
Okay, my parents, we had a home have a home in Marwa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're Jerseyites in certain respects. I'm born in New York, Queens, raised in New York, but after we wanted to get out of that tightness, we moved to Jersey.
Okay, well, I stayed in Brooklyn for a while. This is one of the ones that was born in Brooklyn, actually.
I was born in Brooklyn too.
How you doing?
Kings County, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I see you doing a little yard work out there.
Yeah, you know, Mother's Day's right around the corner. Got to do that for the mom, you know.
Oh, man, that's great. Well, I just wanted to say, man, you guys, I see you holding it down together, which is wonderful. And we just doing random acts of kindness. And what we're doing is we're going to gift you a week of groceries. All you have to do is send me your Cash App, and I'll send it to you. We already got you. We're going to DM you. And if you don't need it, send it to somebody else.
All right, I'll do that, Kenny. Thank you.
Yes, but it's a random act, man. And I hope you guys are staying safe. What are you doing to keep yourself safe out there?
I have a big backyard, so we're finding a lot of little projects to do. And since I'm a Jersey girl, I do a lot of gardening and growing vegetables.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So we've had on the show today. I don't know if you've seen the whole show. We had Fat Joe, we had Kelly Rowland, we had Candace Parker, Aaron Gordon, and we finished with Angela Rye. So and we coming back.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic show.
There you go. Random app. It feels good.
Thank you.
All right, we got you.
Bye.
All right, we got. Let's do a couple more. See what they're doing. We're picking over here. Let our producer pick. We're giving her out. Let our producer pick.
Okay, let's hope he answers.
She
answers. Oh.
Hey! Hey, how are you?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. God is good.
What's your name and where you from?
Francis, and I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, we got a lot of Brooklyn, New Yorkers in here. Brooklyn's in the house. Yes, I see.
Do you see it? Do you see it?
I see. How are you holding up? How are you holding up there?
I'm doing well now. I had dealing with some anxiety a couple of weeks ago. I have underlying conditions, and I'm hypertensive, and I suffer from congestive heart failure. But I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I know that everything's
Let me
going to work
add that
out.
to it. Can I add the fact that you look beautiful today? And
You're so sweet. Thank you.
You're glowing. There's an internal glow that is glowing from you for sure.
Thank you. God bless you, Kenny. I love you on TNT and Shaq and Charles and Ernie with the bow ties. I've been watching you guys for years. I love you guys.
Just as something small that we could do is we're going to take care of your groceries this week. All we have to do, we're going to DM you, get your Cash App, send it to you within the next half an hour. You'll have it. And if you don't need it, gift it to someone else. But it's just gifting in this time where
Thank you.
we are connected, even though we are.
Thank you. Your children are beautiful. I have 2 daughters that don't get to graduate. I have an 8th grader and
6th grader here that won't get to graduate.
Hey, honey. And I have my 24-year-old daughter who's in nursing school, and she graduates next week via online.
Well, let her know that I said both of them congratulations on their graduation. And second,
thank you.
It's an internal feeling. That's just the external part. It's an internal thing. It's like getting married. You know, you got the wedding, but the life is after. So let's go.
Kenny, I was with you with Aaron Gordon. He was robbed.
He was robbed.
I started following him immediately when that happened. I said, not again.
Yes, he got robbed indeed. He's going to love that. You said that. No question.
I love it, Aaron. If you're watching, I love you. You're awesome. You got robbed. I love Zach Levine. I'm not hating on Zach. But this year, no. Robbed.
Well, robbed, no question. Well, we're not getting robbed today. We're going to help you out, and we help a friend. So
I live in Columbus, Georgia. I'm not going back to work because it's not safe for me. They're opening up the stores. I'm staying home.
Yeah, that's all. Because everything you got is on that device you're on right now. So everything you need is on that device. You can even work from that device. Yeah. All right. Stay safe.
You guys are awesome.
Great. No question.
Bye.
All right.
God bless.
Let's get somebody else before we cut off on this gram. Let's get one more.
Couple more.
Man, she was just a great spirit of light coming through there. I don't know if you guys saw it. I felt it. So I just enjoyed watching her. She made you happy too? Yeah, no question. All right, we're going to get one more here. And
hope he or she answers.
Yeah, because we don't know that name could be
waiting.
Uh-oh, they're connecting. Hello.
Hey.
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 How are you?
All right, how we can't see you? How you doing?
I'm trying to fix it now. The little Android ain't working, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing now? Good to
I'm
see
all
you.
right, man. How you doing, Kenny and the
Good.
family?
Is that the quarantine beard or that's the regular beard you always sport?
No, it's definitely the quarantine beard, man. But I just try to neaten up and try to make it do what it do.
No doubt. Well, you're looking great, my brother. Where you from and what's your name?
I'm from Washington, D.C., Kenny.
Oh, D.C. I love that
Yeah,
DMV. I love the DMV.
man. It's pathetic what's going on. Number 45 is crazy.
Oh my God! But we got a cameraman. His name is Anthony. He's from the DMV. So we always talking about everything in DC, from the go-go music, from Chuck Brown,
Right,
all the way
of
to
course.
today. You know, the Lynn Bias stories, all the way up, man. So
Right.
I love the DMV, man.
Man, I appreciate it. I really like what you're doing and the people you had on here today.
No, I
And
appreciate that.
all we can do is, man, continue to pray and keep pushing and be healthy, man, you know?
Indeed, man. Well, what I want to do for you, man, like I said, it's just a random act of kindness, man. We want to just say, hey, this week of groceries, man, just chill out. We got you. We got you today.
My man.
And if you don't need it, then gift it to somebody else. I'm not trying to get in everybody's business where they at, but if you do, gift it to somebody else. All you gotta do is send us your cash app, and we're gonna give it to you. And it's all you, brother. And then just do something nice. We had Khaled said he's gonna do the dishes for us.
Right.
We had Fat Joe. Yeah, Fat Joe said that.
Fat Joe, yeah.
Kelly Rowland is gonna pay
Kelly
for
done
some
buy
kids'
the dishes.
groceries.
Yeah, she done buy groceries.
So you got to do an act of kindness. One of those things today, but we got you today on that.
I got you. And like you say, well, I mean, I got the text now, but whatever I do, like, okay, for one, I have MS. I have multiple sclerosis. I'm in a chair. But I fix phones. I do a lot of like technology work.
Oh, really?
For the seniors that I live in the building with. Because they old, they don't really know. But next time I fix somebody's phone, I'm gonna take a picture and I will send it to you.
There it is. Hey! But listen, my brother, I mean, you're a big inspiration, man, to us. Just letting us, you know, inside of your world and
yeah.
Let us know what you're doing. And man, you look great, man. I can't grow beard. I'm always jealous of guys who can grow beards like that. Because I was spotty all right here. You know, I don't do none of that.
Every time you kiss me on the cheek, it's still.
No, it's still okay, but it ain't like that. Yeah, man, you look great, brother. You're doing great work, helping people out. Like you said, you're helping elderly.
Let me say
people,
one
man,
thing.
Let
me say one thing, because I commented on the text.
We appreciate you and what you're doing. Salute you, brother.
Let me say one thing before you go, Kenny. I agree with everything Fat Joe said, because I'd rather take the criticism from somebody that played the game.
Okay.
And it's just like a alcoholic and a drug therapist. I don't want your information, even though you book smart, but I want it from somebody that been through my struggle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no question.
So I want it from somebody that I seen win 2 rings, that I seen go to Carolina and do that. I just don't, even though other people are good and they got it, not taking nothing away from them, but I want my knowledge from somebody that played the game. You feel what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you, man.
Hold it down in the DMV. Hey, and my other thing you have to do, you got to play some Chuck Brown today in the house. Play some go-go music.
I got you. I might send a little audio text on your text, audio clip on your text, just to let you know.
Do that.
I got you.
All right, my man. All right.
My man. Thanks, Kenny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great day today, man. Let me answer a couple things. Yes, it was a blessed day from Celebrity Rap Girl. Who else? Jazzy and me's in there. Bless my heart. I appreciate you, Big Dog 33. Everybody who's been joining over these last weeks. We're gonna come back big and stronger next Sunday. Again, Ro Paris is in here. Shagun, the program, Joe Smo training. If you want to get your workouts in, if you want to be a good basketball player, he's gonna work you out. All you have to do is just do your thing. He said he needs some groceries too. But I'm gonna tell you what. Listen, act of kindness day today. Today is an act of kindness. Do one act of kindness to somebody. Kevin Chandler was up in the building. Everybody's in here. So many, all the way from Paris is in the building. Yes, indeed. Oh, man, this is just great. I enjoyed the day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your Sunday.
Jermaine's
All
up in
right,
here.
Jermaine's in the building. Jermaine's in the building. Everybody's here. No question. Momo officials in the building. All right.
All right.